This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Christian Johnston producing, and we have with us right now KJ Jefferson sitting between me and Matt Jones. I believe this is the first time you guys have talked in person before, right?
It is.
That's
big fan, man. Big fan, KJ.
Thank you.
You guys make me feel a little bit smaller than most, that's for sure. But KJ, it's great to have you here today. A lot going on in Arkansas football land these days. What has it been like the last few days since the game against Mississippi State?
It's been pretty frustrating. I mean, just knowing that the season's not going how we want it to go. We have some very elite players on our team, and we all have leaders on our team as well that we want the season to go how we want it to go, and it's not going that way. So it's pretty frustrating at times, but me being a leader is the biggest thing, is me keeping my teammates together, keeping the locker room together, and making sure we bond and not letting outside noise come in and divide us.
You're looking at it in leadership terms first and foremost, not necessarily about performance. Are you viewing it in leadership terms specifically?
Of course. I mean, for me, it always starts with leadership. I mean, we want to be a player-led team. Those are the great teams. They're player-led. So for me, in my standpoint, I just want to be a leader, a great leader on the field, and making sure that I'm pushing guys to the standard and holding each other accountable, and guys holding me accountable as well.
The move at offensive coordinator was, Kenny Guyton fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's been on the coaching staff the last couple of years. Tell me what you feel about getting not just a new offensive coordinator, somebody that you know, but also he's going to be coaching you because he's now the quarterback's coach.
Of course, I mean, I always have love for Coach G, as we call him, and he once played quarterback before, so he understands from a quarterback perspective and where we're seeing back there and how the role and how the game is being played from our point of view. So I'm just excited for him, looking for I mean, we're going to run the same thing, but it's going to be a slight difference in the offense for us, going tempo-wise and being able to do certain things that we're good at and being able to build off those things that we are good at.
What you benching these days?
So they actually take care of us. So the most I got up to was like 275, and they stopped us right there.
Man.
Yeah.
Dude, you just breaking tackles all day. What's a typical week like for you up there? How much film do y'all do, and then how much like on field do y'all do getting ready for a game on Saturday?
So we have meetings at 2:30, but sometimes the quarterback will meet like at 2 o'clock, or sometimes we'll come in early in the morning at 7 and meet and try to get a jump start on the day and on our opponent as well. So today we have the quarterbacks having a meeting at 2 o'clock today, meeting with Coach Guyton and stuff, and breaking down what he's thinking about schematics wise and schemes. So getting in, and then after that we have walkthrough. Since it's bye week, we'll have walkthrough. We on the field at like 3:30 maybe, and we're walking through every scenario that we can that possibly come up in the game.
Interesting. You say you'll have a meeting with Coach Guyton. Have you met with him yet?
No, we have. We actually met yesterday. He came in. We brought the whole offense up as a unit meeting, and he basically broke down his two things that he's focusing on moving forward as an offense, and that's enthusiasm, just being able to have fun and be passionate, and also accountability. Everybody taking accountable for their mistakes. If somebody mess up, we have to be able to get on and pinpoint it right then and there, and not letting it just blow by and turning that small problem to a big problem and just trying to nip it in the bud right then and there.
Can I hit on something you just mentioned here, and it's something that Coach Pittman brought up yesterday in his press conference. It's the idea of enthusiasm, that he thought he could tell early on Saturday that there might not have been that enthusiasm. I guess that can be a little difficult to generate when things are going slowly on that side of the ball. But if with a reset offensively, with the new offensive coordinator trying to simplify that playbook, it would seem, does enthusiasm become easier to generate now?
I would say yes, because I mean, you have guys that's playing more confident now and not scared to make a mistake, and they want to be coached hard, and just being able to have a simplified playbook down to where guys can play faster. They don't have to think as much, and they're knowing, they're grasping the material quickly, and now when it's on the field, they know their keys, they know what they're looking at, and they can just be able to play faster and confident.
You love playing fast, don't you?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's difficult to play fast if you're going 3 yards at a time, though. Is that fair?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the thing about going fast is it creates an advantage for us and a disadvantage for the defense, for them being able to try to get their calls in. And we mainly catch them in base defense, so we know what their base defense is, so we can be able to attack different areas of the field.
Phil is he's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and I always say you remind me of Big Ben Roethlisberger. Who are some quarterbacks you look up to or that you study that you kind of had in your game after?
Jalen Hurts for sure. I would say that's number one, just from the way he approaches game, his preparation, and the leadership that he has on the sideline after a good play or after a bad play. He's always level-headed, neutral mindset, and ready to play the next play. I would say Jalen Hurts for one. Josh Allen, just from a physicality standpoint, as a big quarterback. I would have to say also I like Joe Burrow as well. Joe Burrow, his footwork.
Joe's cool, yeah.
His footwork. I love his footwork in the pocket and his great pocket sense and urgency that he has on the field.
What would you like to do offensively now? Because Sam Pittman is talking about we got to focus on what works. What do you think can work in this offense right now?
Like I said, getting back to tempo, getting back to playing fast, and making sure that, doing the things that we're good at. So far in the past, tempo has been great to us, being able to put points up on the board and get up on defenses quickly and starting fast as well coming out. So I would like to see moving forward, us being able to tempo, boost the speed of the game up a little bit and try to catch defense in some bad situations and take advantage of it.
Matt asked you about getting out and running a little bit. Are you and how much you bench? Or how's your body feeling? You've taken a lot of hits this year.
Actually, my body's feeling pretty good. I got nicks and bruises, but they come with the game. But I try to stay as much as possible out the training room for like big injuries. But I go in the training room, get massages, and do a little feel good stuff and exercise, and make sure that come Saturday, I'm in the best position. My body's feeling good to go out there and perform.
That had to be such a frustrating piece of your second year as a starter. You had a great season last year, but you dealt with injuries and more than just being nicked up. There were a couple games you had to miss. This year, you've been healthy. So that has to add, I guess, a little to the frustration level because there's been those high expectations, and you've been healthy this year.
Yeah, of course, like you said, me being healthy this year and the season not going the way that I wanted to go, for me being my senior season, it's pretty frustrating at times, and I kind of get down on myself, and I just have a great support system that's always there for me and rooting me on and making sure that I'm still blessed and honored to be in the situation that I'm in and just take a full advantage of it.
That's a good point. I think my senior year we were 5-7, and you're doing anything you can to try to do better than that. That's for sure. Are you a baseball guy? Did you play baseball in high school?
I didn't.
Are you going to be watching the World Series at all?
I'm not.
Okay, all right. I had to see. All right.
Well, the NBA is starting. Are you a basketball guy?
A little bit. I watch it every now and then, but I'm a LeBron fan, so.
You're a football guy, right? You are football through and through.
Yeah, of course.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, of course. Got to.
That's interesting. I want to ask about one of the things that Coach Pittman had brought up too, the idea of trying to roll the pocket a little bit, take some, give you a little more. I guess it's a different way to protect you a little, and just to get back to, some of the hits that you've taken. It's got to be difficult. You were in the pocket a lot more up until this point. Is that fair to say? Mm-hmm. Have you felt that pressure coming through? Because that has to make you uncomfortable. Because it looks like the defense has broken through quite a bit, and yet there's nowhere to go sometimes. Yeah,
it's pretty frustrating at times too as well. Like it kind of messes with your confidence level a little bit. You kind of start going through reads a whole lot faster and. Kind of get anxious back there in the pocket and creates a little anxiety as well. Knowing that they might blitz or do some type of twist game or bring another element in and we not being able to see it or pick it up, or they might disguise a blitz really well that we not be able to see. And when the pressure do come back there, it's up to me to make a guy miss or try to make sure that I'm communicating the O-line, pouring out the mic and everything like that. So it kind of gets frustrating at times and kind of creates an anxiety for you.
Just a moment ago, and you've hit on so much about that leadership means something to you, not just in how you're running yourself as a quarterback, but that's what you brought up with Jalen Hurts. When a team is struggling, players are looking to the captain sometimes. They're looking to the coaches, but player-led locker rooms are always the best ones. Who do you lean on? You know, because you've even talked about feeling frustrated too. Who do you lean on? What is your support system?
I actually lean on a couple of the other guys, the other captains like Landon Jackson on the defense side, Jeff Coat on that side, Pooh Paul, guys like that getting things going on the defense side and trying to figure out different ways that I can bring the energy from the defense side and try to bring it on the offense side. And maybe do I need to do something different or call a meeting up for the whole offense and say a few inspiring words, encouraging words that'll get guys riled up and ready to go out there and play. So from a football standpoint, I would look at those guys. But from a support system, I mean, my mom, she's really big on me about leadership and knowing what I need to do and what I need to do better. So she's my biggest critic as well, but she's also a very valuable piece.
It seems to me, Matt, like and also, you're talking about a lot of defensive players there, Landon, Pooh Paul, those guys. Defensively, there's been energy from the start. I mean, do you get a chance you've got to be over by the sideline and talking with your guys and all that, but you get a chance to watch them do their thing, and it's been amazing to see how the defense has kind of turned drastically from last year. Yeah,
it has. And you see it at practice as well. Coach T will have those guys fired up from fastball starts, and all the way through our practice, those guys are just fully energetic and ready to go out there and compete at a very high level. And as an offense, you want to have a defense like that, but also as an offense and as a quarterback, you want to be able to match their intensity, match their effort as well to make sure you have a great team all around.
How did you and you're in Armstrong's relationship? How did y'all mesh so well? Because it seems like y'all really got something going.
Just being around him in the off season.
He's talented, man.
For sure. Just being around him in the off season, just watching his work ethic and the way he go about his business. Coming from D2 and then coming to D1, he kind of had that chip on the shoulder, that edge, and that mentality that he brings to the team and brings to the receiver room as well. So just having a guy like that I can lean on and count on, it just brings their motivation out.
How much do you think this team has missed Rocket? Dubinion, Green, those are really good running backs. Rocket, his talent is a little bit different than most others. How much do you think the team has missed his presence? His
presence is definitely missed. Having a guy back there that rushed last season for 1,400 yards. So having a guy like Rocket being gone, he's like I said, his presence very missed. But also, like you said, we do have great backs in that room, and Dubinion and Green and Johnson and all those guys. So his presence is very missed. But also, he come back and make sure he's leading those guys as well and being a helpful piece and where he can help guys out, whether that's blocking or knowing who to block and things like that. Just giving them game when they do come out the field, he can tell them, pinpoint what he sees from the side.
KJ, I want to ask, this is kind of two questions rolled into one. The first leads into the second, and one is backwards looking, the second is forwards looking. Coach Pittman brought up the idea of, I don't know if he used this term, but it seemed to me, and I think it was obvious watching, there was a disconnect in some of the things that he wanted from the offense and what was being called. He even said that we never really clicked offensively. Can you address that over what's happened in the past, not just 6 weeks, but really since camp, about a disconnect in how the offense was being run?
I would say just, a main point he's hitting on there is being able to, in the spring, we had a great spring. We was connecting on deep shots. We was running the ball efficiently. And then come fall camp, we also had a great camp. And then when the season come, it things kind of got twisted a little bit as far as, do we want to be able to run the ball a lot more? Do we want to pass a lot more? So it kind of was a toss-up at what we're going to do going into the game, and is it going to be a balanced attack, or we want to pass more this game, or we're going to run more this game? So once we figured out if we could run the ball, then it was more of a rushing attack, and then just small RPOs off of it, or we go into a game, it's like, we can pass the ball a lot more. Then we try to get the running game elevated in that game, and things just kind of got misconstrued in that way. So that's what Coach Pittman mainly hit on.
Well, now you've also addressed to us, how you think you would like to see the offense go moving forward, and it's not to talk about that, but there are 4 games left. Mm-hmm. How do you view these next 4 games in the overall arching perspective of the rest of the season, one at a time, and how can you help things moving forward to improve this offense?
Like you said, one at a time, take it one day at a time. This week, we got a great opportunity ahead of us to be able to get guys healthy, get in the film room, get guys in the training room as well, to make sure we have all hands on deck for these last 4 games. And as an offense standpoint, I mean, we want to come in and be passionate. That's the main thing. Be enthusiastic about going out there and having a great opportunity to go to Gainesville and play a great team in Florida and being able to come out victorious, and also just being able to get back to the old standard that we used to have about chip on our shoulder and toughness and playing Arkansas brand football.
Now, I only have a couple minutes left with you, and I have two people sitting here with me that, I mean, it's a pretty exclusive club. Anybody that's played quarterback in college, major college football, and then those who've been the quarterback for the Arkansas Razorbacks for 3 years. You and Matt Jones are two of only a few that can say that. It's an experience that none of us know what it feels like. I have no idea what it feels like. Can you put it into words what it is like in a state where Razorback football just is so dominant, and you're playing the most important position and the one that gets talked about the most? You're in a fishbowl, and it's a small fishbowl.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real moment. I still catch myself thinking back, like, how did I end up at Arkansas? And I just my journey just so far just been amazing. And just like you said, I mean, just the people in the community just love the Razorbacks, and I mean, they're always there for you, rooting in your corner. And I just love every moment of it, just being able to be a part of something so special here at the University of Arkansas.
BetOnline remains your number one source for all your sports betting this season. Everything from the NFL and bowl season to esports. You'll find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, and game trends at BetOnline. BetOnline features live betting, free contests, and live scores for almost any sport or game imaginable. We're the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite leagues and events. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Make sure to use the promo code BELIEVE to receive your rewards. That's BLEAV. BetOnline, where the game starts.